Good afternoon, everybody. It is your commander and internet father, Rebel, here again on another Wednesday, which might seem a bit different for the regulars on my streams. But with Little Red's current schedule, as far as like sporting events and music lessons and things like that are concerned, I can go back to streaming on Wednesdays again, starting today. And with that, I feel like it works out better to be able to chat with you guys and have more people join in during the middle of the week compared to Saturdays. I feel like the traffic is quite a bit slower on Saturdays. Because usually either everyone's out doing something or they are busy gaming during the weekend. So I felt like this was the best use of my time to where everybody has a chance to join in. And that doesn't mean that there will no longer be Saturday streams. More than likely, they will be maybe once or twice a month, and more than likely during like the evening hours. But we'll see how that plays out. It might mean more chances for Little Red or Ruby to join on the streams. Who's to say? But today we are here to do some more Warhammer painting. And I'm going to try to finish up my army of Death Corps of Krieg. I had just the basic infantry pack ready to be done. The last time I did painting on it, we were only really able to finish the coats for all of the Kriegsmen, but I'm hoping that we'll be able to get the majority of their painting done completely tonight. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I can get to the right screen. Hold on. There we go. So let's have a look. See, we've got our Krieg here, looking pretty good. And I am slowly but surely learning quite a bit about painting miniatures. And I feel like I get quite a bit better with every new attempt at painting. So we'll see how much I've improved this time. So we'll go ahead and start with a little bit of red here. I'm just going to put a little bit on the tip of the brush here. Get that thinned out a little bit, and let's go ahead and get started. Come on. The recesses of the coat are really hard to get to. I got a little bit too much. All right. Hey Zenith, welcome in. It has been a while. I just recently got back from vacation. And I haven't gotten a chance to paint in quite some time. But now we're back. And I hope you're doing well. Okay. Let's see here. Slowly but surely, I feel like I am improving on my painting. Like one thing I could definitely use is something to help me keep my hands steady. This is where I start making mistakes. All these little crevices where cloth meets armor. Got to start cleaning in Eastfield 916 when Dad gets back with the cleaning kit. That sounds like fun. I mean, it sounds like it'd be a cool gun, unique gun to mess with. I've never really enjoyed cleaning guns. I have a friend that like loves doing it. Shotgun was passed down 3 gens now. Hey. Family heirloom. Very nice, very nice. Anything I'll probably need to take a beta blocker. I don't know. I feel like... I mean, I have ADHD. For sure. But I feel like since I, like, thoroughly enjoy working on painting, it's harder for me to lose focus on what I'm doing. If anything, it causes me to hyper-focus, and then I either lose track of time or I completely ignore the chat for several minutes, or I just go completely silent for several minutes. One of those things tends to happen. You see as a heavy time dilator. Oh yeah, I've definitely had those moments. Especially when playing games. Not so much now, but definitely when I was younger. I definitely had a ton of forgetting to eat moments playing video games back in the day. But as I've gotten older, I've kind of learned to better keep track of time to avoid having things like that happen. Sometimes I still do, but for the most part, I've gotten pretty good at managing my time, or at least keeping a better track of it. I will say it did take me a little while to get a steady hand for painting. I mean, granted, mine's still not perfect. I do occasionally slip up and paint stuff I don't intend to paint. But with enough practice, I've definitely been able to have a much steadier hand. Although I would like to get one of the other like miniature like holders. I don't know exactly what you would call these things, but they do make some that have like a metal bar attached to the side where it's easier to steady your painting hand, and I feel like that would work much better. Get another layer on the sleeves here. There's still a lot of that primer still showing through. I'm not too worried about getting it on the armor pieces, because I plan on hitting that with some black acrylic anyway. I don't want to leave it with just primer on there. It will be a very, I'll just say it would look pretty obvious when it comes to primer versus regular acrylic paint. It shows pretty easy. I'm not going to worry too much about anything that's underneath, like the arms or it's getting covered up by the weapon in his hands. Just because once you actually are in a game with it, you're not going to be able to see that anyway. Just touch up these spots on the front here. I don't know why I have such a hardest time getting the collar, his coat, without getting it on something else. I feel like that's what I struggle the most with on these Krieg models. Alright. I think it's looking pretty good. Touch that up a little bit. All right. Set him over to dry. We have our plasma gun Kriegsman. Let's see how well this one plays out. What color will the plasma be? I mean, the actual plasma, I'm probably going to stick with the classic blue. However, the actual color of the rifle, I'm probably going to paint red. Mostly because I really love the like the mastery skin you get for the plasma rifle in Darktide. So I will probably paint it similar to that. Butterfingers. So some small white lines and stuff with Mechanicus red. Yeah, pretty much. I don't know if I'll do the red or the white part of it, just because that's a lot of very small details on an already very small weapon. I mean, I actually have one that I've already painted that I can use as an example. I haven't actually added the plasma coloring to it yet, but the actual rifle itself I've already painted, or it's a plasma pistol, but it's pretty much the same concept. Did it with this guy here. So get him focus. My combat engineer. And I kind of did the same thing with the chain sword too. The way most folks do Grey Knights, squiggles. And I could do that. That sounds like I'm just making it too easy on myself. Like, it feels just almost like cheating. It's like, I gotta at least make it look decent. Let's go ahead and do second coat here. Right. Come on, fill in the gaps. Okay. Feel like my brush might be drying out a little bit. Might be about time to rinse it just a bit before I keep going. I'm trying to be so careful around the collar. It's fine if I get it on the helmet. I can easily paint over that. I really don't want to get it on the mask though, because I'm really worried that that will be a lot harder to cover up without it having a lot of buildup on everything. I'm sure my model's going absolutely crazy because I'm not actually looking at my camera. Okay. There we go. And let's see here. So far, so good. And now we put on the last coat. Not mean to get it in that part of the coat. Little paint never hurt anybody. I'm not worried about getting it on me. Bump my desk. Okay. Remember how I said the whole not talking for 15 minutes? Yeah, that was definitely one of those moments. I'm wondering if I should adjust the camera to be a little bit higher. Light higher so that I can actually get a decent view. Get a decent view of the model and not mess up my tracking. Okay. I got way too much paint there. I did not thin that bit of paint enough at all. And there goes my child running across the house. Pay no attention to the stampeding buffalo behind the microphone. It's just simply my child that doesn't know how to walk in the house. And then we'll hit front part one more time. And then I'll say we're probably good. Hi, Crystal.
I have a little bit of sniffles. I cried a little bit.
Why?
Because it's my sister's birthday today. But she had a video 15 years ago of when she was 15 of my dad's voice. And hearing him kind of just made me broke down. Just being able to hear your loved one's voice that's already gone hurts.
Yeah. I feel ya.
I mean, my sister's still here, and everyone's still... They're in the living room watching a movie.
Family bonding moments.
I just said I don't want to be a part of this. I'm just going to go to my room and scroll up into a ball.
I'm getting feelings. I figured today would be the best day to stream painting for... Just for the fact that I don't have to work tomorrow, so I don't have to worry about staying up too late painting or losing track of time painting, because I almost always do.
Well, you have me here now, so...
Yeah. Okay. And that is all of the coats for my army. Rinse off my brush. Okay. So now, let's see, what should I do next on these guys? Yes, I could go ahead and do the coat itself, or the trim on the coat, maybe. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do next. We'll need some buff paint.
I don't know what
Huh?
I don't know what that sounded, so it sounds weird on my end.
It's my paint. It has mixing bearings in it. Or it's, I say mixing bearings, it's literally just ball bearings in the bottle to make it easier to shake up the paint when it's settled. Okay. How the fuck is there not a vid of the N16T anywhere? I mean, to be fair, I wasn't sure what it was until you said it was a shotgun, because for some reason my first thought was the Enfield. Probably because it had field in the name, but obviously I was wrong. And I'm thirsty. Okay. So, I guess I think we'll do the sniper first, just because I feel like it's going to be the hardest one to do with this paint. Yeah, there, bubble. Okay. So, What are all these bubbles? Away. Messing me up. Might need to call Smith & Wesson. Oh, are you going to need to get a tutorial on how to clean the shotgun that you mentioned? Oh. Yeah, I should probably give him a call on that. I definitely would not want to keep a recalled gun. That's just an accident waiting to happen. Like this splitting hair is getting on my nerves. There we go. I think that fixed it. Who knows? It might have made it worse. It's hard to tell. Like the consistency of this paint's really weird. Can't tell if it's the paint or my brush that's doing that. They may buy a new barrel. Ew. Hopefully the recall will cover that, because new barrels are not cheap. So most of the time they're about half the price of the gun itself. It's about like a motherboard on a computer. Your motherboard gets fried, you might as well just get a new computer. I don't know. I feel like nowadays it's not as expensive anymore. It's more like if your graphics card goes out, you're better off just getting a new computer. Okay, let's try this again. Try and see if it's just paintbrush that's the problem, or if there's something funky about this paint. Could be either or. I think I just had some kind of weird buildup on the brush, because now it's not acting as funky. If Cynthian query. I have sent a request to the manufacturers. Hopefully they will return my call post haste. Why am I talking like a vaudeville villain? I don't know. I'm just crazy. Oh, ad break. I have a moment to paint in complete silence. I feel like I definitely need to upgrade my camera if I'm going to keep doing painting streams. Because the lighting from this camera does not do my minis justice. Because it just looks like a giant glob. Welcome back from the ad break, everybody. Just a requirement so that I don't have to have pre-roll ads on my stream. Okay. Everything about this part sucks. There we go. Oh, there's Buffalo. AKA my child. There was supposed to be a new rule of no running in the house after 8 o'clock. Funny how that happens. Crystal, where's your mic?
Don't worry about it.
I am going to worry about it because I can only hear like one word out of every sentence you say.
Good.
See what I have to put up with.
Make it a spectacle.
I don't wear spectacles. I have 20/20 vision.
I don't have 20/20 vision.
Ah. My model tried to escape. Sleepy. Alright, Zenith. Have a good night. Sleep well. Bye. Also, WOT heat is fun. Don't listen to the haters. Dang straight. I think my brush is getting a little dry. Either that or there's paint getting in too deep into the brush. Fill the hole filler. Got it. This would drive me crazy. I cannot get that little section painted. OCD coming out is a problem. If I leave it half done, I'll have a crisis.
No fucking way this is true. I'll believe it when I turn 27. If they're bringing about G4 from My Little Pony, I'm going to do a backflip off the roof. And probably break my legs, but I don't give a shit.
Bring about what from My Little Pony?
They said they're making a new anime series of My Little Pony G4, G3. G4 is the new one, but the old one, they're going backwards. I was like, if they're gonna do that, I'm doing a backflip. I'm doing a backflip.
Interesting. Because my first thought when you said G4 was the old gaming channel on cable. It was literally just a channel for video games.
Wait, there was a G4 channel? Jesus, where have I been?
That was way back, like early 2000s.
Oh, I was just born, never mind.
Yeah. Remind me how old I am.
I was just born when that was created.
I hate it here.
Oh, come on, you got a loving wife and child.
I do.
Do you really hate it there?
I was meaning more just the stream in general, not my home life.
Well, sometimes streams are very slow, so it's understandable.
I'm just reminded of how old I am.
I'm old. Not by much, but I'm old.
The light! Oh my god, the light! think that might be why I'm having such a hard time seeing, is because I'm using the warm lighting instead of
Tails, get the fuck out of here, you
white light.
motherfucker.
Eh.
Tails is here. Tails is fucking here.
Yeah.
Get him out. I don't want him here. Get him out.
Nah. No.
If only I could abuse my power.
You know what? I just realized something. It's gonna sound stupid. This call ketchup, mustard.
Wait.
Think about it. Ketchup, mustard.
Is it because we're both redheads?
Yes.
Well, technically, Rebel's not a redhead. His wife is.
Yeah, I'm not a redhead. I have a red scarf.
So his hair is like dark brown, right?
Yeah. I am a brunette with a bit of salt and pepper.
So he, technically speaking, he not no redhead. No, it would be fucking cool to see Rebel as a redhead.
No.
Well, Rebel is red.
And it is in my name.
Oh yes, I had to do a haunting visit. You know that.
It's a requirement by law.
So, my main question: how is your Warhammer, and how is your Skyrim crystal?
You Mr. Lot, just gonna say, I found a new use for that damn bow.
Oh man, I got these. I was using glasses to make it easier to see, but it is all it's doing is hurting my head.
Haha, that's what happens when you have 20/20 vision.
They're supposed to be magnifying glasses so that I can see the smaller parts of my model, but all I was doing is putting a ton of pressure on the bridge of my nose, giving me a headache.
And Crystal, I found some interesting info for Skyrim. One, you can actually get the matter I used to own before I ended the game. And two, question, do you hate the Downward?
What do you mean?
The Downward, the elven type people who are trying to, you know the guy who was trying to take control of Magnus' eye?
Him? Well,
Yeah.
not all of them are bad. Just some of them make bad choices.
Apparently, it's a common theme for Downward to do this entirely, all over the place.
Yeah, they're really good at turning civilizations into slaves. They're really, really good at that.
Yeah.
They have a really
apparently-
bad superiority complex.
They do. Apparently, the main plan is literally for Skyrim. Let the war continue on so they could be both weaken and take over.
Yep.
Is that why you want me to do the Civil War quest?
Yes, because no matter which side you pick, they do not want the Civil War to end. The only
Yeah.
difference is one side would be much more prepared to fight the Dalmor than the other.
Which is the
What
Imperium.
was that? Imperial? I was actually gonna do the Imperial quest, honestly.
Yeah, the Imperials are way better equipped to deal with the Thalmor.
Plus, if you were to actually read the book at the embassy, they list Alfred Stormcloak, a asset. He's a pawn.
You mean the guy that we first visit is a pawn?
Yes, the guy who had the bandages around his mouth to keep him silent. Yes.
Yeah, the guy who leads the Stormcloaks.
It's okay, I'll strip him from his position like I usually do at the end of the game.
I wish that was an
So-
option in that game. That'd be hilarious. It's like that used to be there used to be code in Fallout 4 to where you could usurp Maxon to become Elder. There's a whole quest line where you join up with Paladin Dance to usurp Elder Maxon and become the new Elder, but it was scrapped.
But in all cases, yes, we can do the Civil War and basically screw over the Dalmor.
It depends, because next week I won't be well, I might be able to stream, it's just I'm gonna be streaming in somebody else's house.
That's fair.
I'm gonna be house sitting for my sister for 4 days because we're going to San Antonio. Which apparently San Antonio was just fucking wrecked by a tornado.
This
Not my fault.
is crazy.
Like, literally wrecked by a tornado. And we're just seeing it all over Facebook and people making videos. I'm like, God damn it.
You know what? You saw that and didn't call me. What the hell?
Nah, you're fine. You're fine, right?
I mean, you're on the call, so obviously you're fine. I mean,
Now, one person who actually heard that decided to take a look. Is the fox alive? More likely he's alive somehow.
Tails, I'm not worried about you. Somehow you've survived the worst possible things in life and you're still here. So, like, at this point, what is a tornado gonna do to you?
Yeah, ingrown blood poisoning, train accident, left eye broken, Crohn's disease, the fucking winter storm that basically took out power for Texas for an entire month.
oh yeah, something like that kind of happened in Kentucky. It was more like 2.5 weeks than a month in some places. My parents' house was one of the lucky ones where we were able to get power back within the first 2 days.
Oh, small diversion. Anyone remember Epic the Musical by chance?
Epic the musical.
The Odysseus.
No, doesn't ring a bell.
The story about a guy trying to return home to his wife and son, but Poseidon is pissed at him.
Oh, you mean the Odyssey?
Yes.
Homer's The Odyssey. It's not really a musical, but
Well, it only became popular again because of the musical for it.
I've seen the original movie, like the original movie.
Well,
I know that the new movie is going to suck balls.
oh, definitely. Yeah, they are messing that up already. But what if I would tell you? Okay, you know how he gets lost too damn easily, ending up in the wrong location?
Mm-hmm.
He done it again. Take a guess where he's at now.
I don't know.
The damn bastard ended up in Fortnite.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I wish that was a lie, but no, he's coming in tomorrow.
Of course he is.
Damn guy cannot take a break.
I mean, I can rest easy knowing that Fortnite will never have every single famous character known to man because they don't have the balls to do one specific character.
You may want to dial that back a little bit.
You're not about to tell me that they got the German painter as a character in Fortnite.
Not yet. But after what I'm about to tell you, there is gonna be no limit.
Alright, who we got on the roster? Who's our new challenger?
Kingdom Hearts.
I mean, that's still not...
That is a protected brand. Like a really protected brand.
I mean, there's a lot of protected brands on Fortnite.
Followed up by possibly Sonic coming in.
That one sounds like it'd be really weird. I'm just trying to imagine how they could even get his proportions right and it not look goofy as fuck.
That's a good question, but yeah,
just do like they did with Pomni and Digital Circus and just have Kane just stretcher with all the strength in his being.
Oh.
Sounds like we need a freaking beach party.
Oh, DC's is already on it.
Good boy. Explain to Daddy Bubble why bad thing. Don't say that.
Don't ever say that again.
You should have a fucking beach party. Why do you swear now?
You know, when I was making the theories on that show, I accidentally called it.
That it's memory uploaded.
Because when I heard okay, so you remember the bartending episode when they were rapid fire?
Uh-huh.
Pomni specifically said her free time she likes to explore abandoned places.
Mm-hmm.
And when she did, she put on the headset. Hence, Ken and Abel's location was abandoned. Follow up with this. She said a headset, not multiple. So, my theories were one of three. One, no one's getting out because there is nothing to go out to. Two, if anyone is going out, only one person can, and that has to be Pomni. Or three, the only way they're gonna escape is if they crash the whole thing for a shutdown
Mm-hmm.
One of my theories was true. No one's getting out because there's nothing to leave to.
Yep. Because they're actually like uploaded memories of other people, or like real people. Basically, they're an uploaded consciousness to a computer.
Mm-hmm. But now they have a new problem. Permanent death.
Yep. Isn't abstraction basically just permadeath in that
Not really. The last episode shows that Jax is basically cased himself in abstraction. So it's not really abstraction, it's just you're locked inside your own mind.
Which could be a blessing or a curse, depending on who you ask.
By permadeath, I mean it's an abandoned building, but there's still power going into it.
Eventually,
That's how it has to run
not
out.
gonna happen. That's not gonna last forever.
Mm-hmm. And Kane may have done goofed one last time. Because remember how when he was opening that door for the internet,
Mm-hmm.
that could have been a gateway for them to leave into the wider internet to forever live.
But he had to blow it.
He didn't know what he was messing with. Because if they moved to like the internet, they would have been safe, kind of. But now, they're just on the timeline to whenever that thing shuts down.
Yep. Now they're on a time clock.
So what squadron are you painting today?
Krieg.
Do you explain the faction it can?
They are part of the Imperial Guard, or the Astra Militarum. Basically just the human foot soldier. And the Death Corps of Krieg are a special faction from the planet Krieg, where basically their planet went into a civil war on whether they stayed with the Imperium or became independent. And the leader of the loyalist side basically said, if we can join the Imperium, nobody can. And basically had futuristic nukes that basically turned the entire planet into a radioactive wasteland. And they basically went radio silent for about 500 years. And then the Imperium finally comes back and receives signal from the planet, and the Loyalists are still there, and they now have millions of soldiers that they can give for Imperial Tithe, which is basically just the Imperium's version of taxes, whether it's resources, weapons, and in the Krieg's case, soldiers.
Okay.
And basically the story behind Krieg is that They feel an extreme amount of guilt for the crimes committed by the traitor group on their planet. So they feel like the only way to atone for the sins of their planet is to die in the battle for their emperor. So they will literally throw themselves at the enemy with no fear of death, because it is the guaranteed way to go to the emperor, which they view as a god. And they're unique as far as their design, because I don't know if it says anything about it in the lore, but no one ever sees their faces, just because from the planet that they're from, since it's constantly irradiated, they pretty much have to wear a gas mask 24/7 unless they're in like underground tunnels that were built during the like war after the nukes fell, because they were still fighting after the nukes, but it was all in underground tunnels and bunkers. But the loyalists eventually won. But they always wear gas masks, almost never take them off. And a main theory as to why they do not take off their mask is it is very likely that all of the soldiers from Krieg are actually clones of the leader of the loyalist army from the Civil War.
Clone Wars.
And cloning is super heretical in the Imperium. And it hasn't ever been fully stated that they are clones, but it's very much implied that they are. And they also are basically just like a grimdark version of Star Wars clone troopers.
Oh, that.
Even the fact that majority of them don't even go by a name, they go by a number. Just because...
Okay, that's not just clones, that's stormtroopers.
Yeah, it's just because for them, names are irrelevant because they don't plan on being alive that long. They do say that they are born from artificial wombs. That much has been proven.
What's the thing that we were trying to make our own version of that in real life?
What, artificial wombs?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's been groups trying to do that. I don't know if it ever actually like led to anything concrete.
What is this little bug doing? You about to die if you don't get out of this room.
Killed him. I didn't like it. He was skittering and scattering all around my feet. If he touched my feet, I was going to freak out.
You know, that's the thing. Never touch a guy's feet.
Yeah, it's like, I'm fine with the bug just in the basement, like spiders, ants, whatever. But don't get close to me. I will murder you without the least bit of hesitation.
Mm-hmm.
There's no taking you outside. Nah, you in my bubble. You dying.
Well, Jim, boy, it looks like you're about to perish.
Get busy living, get busy living, or get busy dying. Those are your options.
Well, it's about time I get there.
About time to hit the old dusty trail.
And per usual, if you see some type of portal or some type of anomaly or some type of crack in the sky, not my fault.
Don't believe you, but okay.
Why am I just always associated with, oh, the sky turned red? Oh, there's a crack in the air. Tell us, what did you do?
What did you do? Nothing. What did you do? I fucked your mom. I don't have a mom. Neither do I.
You know, this kind of reminds me of that new thing that popped up on YouTube.
Hmm?
12 episode series, Milky Subway. It's actually kind of funny.
Milk. What? What Subway? What?
Milky Subway.
That sounds gross.
I know it sounds suggestive. But
That's
nope,
disgusting.
But apparently it is a sci-fi thing in which 6 people who were caught and arrested community service in cleaning a train called the Milky Subway. Roll credits.
Oh,
And Dean's Amelia Callahan. Why yes, it's about time I get going.
all right, man. Have a good one.
You too.
Oh man, I forgot about the undercoat on these models. Go back and do that. It's just really hard to do with the regular stand because it's in the way. Honestly, in a lot of cases, I feel like the base makes it harder to paint some of this stuff. Okay. That one's fixed, and then there was one more on this one. Probably gonna be the biggest pain to paint. Don't waste your time on me, you're all ready. The voice inside my head. Okay. And go ahead and get the edges here. Okay. And there's that one done. I'll probably put a little bit too much paint on that one, but that's okay. We can fix that later. Actually, I feel like I might do better if I use a smaller brush. Let's see, I might try and use the 2. See if this works better for this smaller sections. A little bit better, at least for avoiding minor mistakes, but it does take quite a bit more time to get the right amount of paint on these with brush. slower process with a smaller brush, but I feel like it's helping me avoid making mistakes, so I feel like it's kind of worth it. Okay. Now we can go ahead and put on the second coat. Okay. Whoa. Midwest Miniature Guy, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. There's actually an ad break about to start here in just a second, but appreciate you dropping in. Name's Rebel Red, your zombie cyborg dad tuber, and we are painting some Deathcore of Krieg and going for a bit of a custom, I guess you would call it a homebrew chapter. We are slowly but surely getting these done. Evening, nerds. How do you do, fellow nerds? Thank you again so much for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. If you have to raid and run, I understand. Brush is dry. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to Nuggets, and I hope I will see you soon. Bio breaks are a thing. Have a wonderful rest of your stream. Thank you so much, and thank you again for the raid. Rest up, sleep well. Okay. Done all the damage we're going to do on that one. I don't know if it's just because I'm using such a small brush or what, but this paint dries out super quick. Either that or my wet palette might be drying out, and that could also be a thing. Alright, welcome back from that short ad break, everybody. Sorry about that. Just a requirement to avoid any pre-roll ads on the stream. I think I need to clean this brush off a little bit. It's starting to leave dry paint on it. Okay. That's better. I don't know. I feel like I am not. The 2 is not doing it for me. I think I might have to go to something a little bit bigger. I feel like the smaller brushes are really bad about catching and trapping paint in the bristles, and not good, because then it gets trapped in the actual model and then it makes me angry. This one's getting some paint trapped in it that I just cannot get out of it. 1. This is a 6. Get all of these other brushes out of the way. Let's rinse this brush off a little bit. I'm gonna try this brush and see if this will be effective. I'm having my doubts, but we're gonna try it anyway. Is the paint just drying out? What's the deal? It's not covering this thing at all. There we go. Now we're getting some coverage on this thing. Um, okay. I think it's seriously that this paint is just drying out way too fast. Can't get it to do anything. Oh, son of a... would be my luck. Oh, boy. At least I didn't drop the mini in it. This brush doesn't want to do anything either. Almost. Okay. Alright, I think I'm done with this brush. It is not working in my favor. It just keeps wanting to spray, and it's just irritating me more than helping me. Let's see, what do I got here? It's level 3. I think we've made about the same progress as we made last time. Start with a new dab of paint. I don't know what causes these bubbles in this paint, but it really messes up the models when you try to actually paint with the bubbles in it. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I have better luck out of these golden maple brushes than I do the Da Vinci's. I don't know if it's just because I started with these, so I'm more used to them. But I feel like I have an easier time applying paints with the golden maple brushes over the Da Vinci's, which is kind of sad considering I paid almost the same price for one Da Vinci brush as I did for an entire set of golden maple brushes. Nope, dropping it this time. Nice try. One thing I will say about the golden maple brushes is almost every single one that I've used has the same problem, where the longer you use it, the more it eventually does this. It always wants to curve the bristles at the end. But I prefer that over what the Da Vinci brushes do, which is fray like crazy. Now, it might just be because I have not experienced with brushes to know how to properly take care of the brushes. So it might be that I am being more rough with them than I should be. But I have noticed that the longer I use the Da Vinci's, the more that they start to fray, and with the golden maples, granted it does have the really bad curve, but it still stays as one single brush, basically. So, personally, I'd prefer them do this than just completely fray, because if it's curved, I have a lot more control of where the paint's going than if all of the bristles are totally frayed and going everywhere. It's hard to predict a frayed brush, but it's easy to predict a curved one. Gave it time for that paint to dry on the model. Still got about 30 minutes left. Try something here. Maybe that'll help. Or it might cause it to start falling apart and make it worse. We'll roll the dice, see what happens. Okay, so, ow, what did I step on? Ow, that was sharp and hurt my foot. Cards look fine, so I guess we can go ahead and do the inner part of the coat. I feel like this paint dries so much faster than any of the other paints that I use. Okay. We're going to go back over that with black paint later, so I'm not too worried about making a mess. I think I'm rushing myself, so I'm making more mistakes. Just really want to try to get these done before the night's over, and I still have 3 of them left. This music, I feel like I should be playing Cyberpunk right now instead of playing Warhammer. Yeah. I'll have to fix that later. I think it's getting real late or at least I've been painting for a little too long. I'm starting to make a lot more mistakes, and that's usually a sign that I'm getting tired. These dang bubbles are popping up again. Getting on my nerves. Let me see something here. Okay, 3 more. just want to get these done. One. And one more coat on bottom half. I'll touch up that one cuff or one sleeve on it. The one on the right arm is coated pretty well, but the one on the left is not great. Alright, got a lot more on the pants than they wanted, but it's okay. And I'm going to touch up that stuff with more black. That'll probably be my next step on these. I want to save you for last because you are probably going to be the easiest one out of all of these. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. The last coat on this one. red break coming up. And then underside. And last one. Let me see here. I have a 4, or do I have a 3? A 2. And that might actually work out better. Anyway. does it fray so bad? I don't understand. The fact that his hand's outstretched makes this way easier. Okay. I don't know. I'm kind of going back and forth on how I feel about these different brushes. Because even though these fray a lot worse than the golden maple ones, they tend to not like have the really fine thread or fine hairs that really tend to want to mess up your progress. Okay. Last touch on the undercoat. Okay. All right, and that is, I don't even know how many steps I would really say I have left on this, because I know I want to paint the gloves, paint the leg wraps, and then it would just be the respirator pack, the mask, and then the weapon and accessories. So I guess so about 5, maybe 6 steps left. But they are all much smaller details, so they will not take near as long to finish. Hopefully. But we'll find out when we do this next time. But until that time, we'll go ahead and find us someone to raid. Let's see here. Who's on currently? A lot of people playing Pal World. Let's see who is on that I know. 2 people. Actually, a lot of people on right now. I think. No, I'm going to raid someone I haven't raided in a while. We're going to raid Cast Iron Cat, also known as Cass, who is a cat VTuber, cat boy VTuber. And he's playing some Pal World, which seems like what a lot of people are playing right now. I believe there was a new update, so a lot more people are wanting to try that out. So we will go ahead and send the raid his way. Be sure to drop a follow on his channel if you aren't following him already, as a favor to me. And be sure to drop a follow or a sub on your favorite streaming platform on my channel, as chances are I stream on all of them. And I now stream every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And tomorrow we'll be playing some more Darktide. But until then, that is all I've got for you guys tonight. You are awesome as always, and I'll talk to you later. Deuces.